Welcome back to Cyint DFIR Academy. So in the previous video, we have seen how to connect a PCI expansion card with TX1 and TX2 respectively. In this video, we'll be covering on how to connect a U.2 SSD with TX1 and TX2, in a what way we can use it, etc. will be covered in this particular video. So let's get started. So first we'll see how to connect a U.2 with a TX1. Now before we get into it, let me just explain you what a U.2 is. So basically U.2 is a 2.5-inch form factor NVMe SSD that was previously known as SFF8639, and it uses a PCI lane for the high speed storage. Now where do we encounter these kind of SSDs? So basically, in case of forensic cases, we will be encountering these kind of SSDs in enterprise servers as well as in high-end workstations. All right. So now let's say that you have received a U.2 SSD as an evidence. So we'll be using this particular adapter, which is called TDA74. Okay, to connect it with TX1. So as of now, we don't have a U.2 SSD to show, but we will be using this particular adapter wherein we'll be connecting our sample right here, our evidence right here. Okay, and then on the other end you can see, and you are familiar with this particular connector, right? This is a PCIe 2-lane Gen 2 connector, which we will be using to connect it on the source side of TX1, like this. Okay, so this is how we will be connecting a U.2 SSD with TX1. Now that you have seen how to connect a U.2 with TX1, and it was clearly very easy to do, in TX2 also it is similar case. We will be having this particular adapter which is similar to that. The only change comes is the naming, which is TA74. Okay, wherein here we will be connecting our U.2 SSD evidence, and on the other end the next change is basically this particular port. As you know that in TX2 we are supporting a PCIe Gen 3 4-lane PCI connector, and we'll be using this particular connector to connect it to TX2. So on TX2 you can see here there are two PCIe 1 ports, right? So in either one you can just connect it. Okay, so this we have successfully connected U.2 using this particular adapter to TX2. Now let's say that you want to use the TA74, which is the adapter that we use to connect to TX2, and you want to use this particular adapter to connect it with TX1, right? So in that case we have this particular bridge, as you're familiar with, which will convert our Gen 3 4-lane to Gen 2 2-lane. Okay, wherein this place is compatible with TX1. Okay, so let's say that now you have connected your U.2 evidence on this side. All right, and then on the other side we'll be connecting this particular bridge. Okay, likewise. Okay, and then we'll be connecting this particular end of PCI 2-lane Gen 2 with TX1. So now you have successfully connected your U.2 SSD with TX1. So in this video we have seen how we can connect a U.2 SSD with TX1 and TX2, which all adapters were used. In the next video we'll be seeing how to connect an Apple SSD with TX1 and TX2. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe. Jai Hind.